Hello everyone, thanks for clicking on the link to this video and coming to check out what I've got to say about mental health. And in today's episode I'm going to be speaking about making time for mental health. I'm going to be speaking about the definition, what is mental health, how we can increase our awareness of our own mental health and for those around us, and also the importance of making time in our life for a better understanding of mental health. Enjoy. So if you go and check out one of my last videos, someone who's inspiring us all and making time for her own mental health is my talk with Priya, whose retreat actually started late this afternoon. She let me know that she got there safe and that she's settled in okay. And one thing that she was a bit surprised about is that the day begins at 6 a.m. So you got to make time for your mental health. You need to put in the hours. You need to make an effort. And so yeah, I just thought I'd let you know that Priya's arrived safely, and I'm looking forward to getting her summary and commentary on how her retreat went. So it feels like ages since I posted the Steve Jobs vlog, because I'm often trying to keep the thoughts moving and do some filming and editing, but I've had a busy week at work and the weather's not been the best. It's been pretty wet, and so I've been thinking about, like, where does mental health begin and end? And it's been an interesting thing for me to ponder. And as I progress, hopefully I'm going to get into this a bit more now, because I think it is quite important in today's society. And so today I've decided to push myself, and rather than just relax and rest, I decided to just push myself and make an extra effort and produce this vlog just to start the momentum building. And so I needed to make time for mental health in making this vlog and beginning to formulate my thoughts on this idea. And I don't want to just have a textbook and just go through that and, oh yeah, this is good, that's good. I really want with this series to formulate my own ideas and then use the books to bring more information together. So I'm hoping to just develop a series of vlogs talking about different aspects of mental health and also mindfulness, because that's the way I came to understand mental health and everything regarding the mind. I came in through the side door regarding mindfulness. So I want to ask you a question for you to ponder over, and if you feel like you want to share your thoughts, put a comment on the YouTube video or in Facebook or WordPress, wherever you happen to find this. And the question is, would a busy day, or you could use the synonym busy, stressful, would a busy or stressful day at work be considered a mental health issue? And the second part of the question is, what about money or relationship issues? Would you consider that something regarding mental health? Let me know in the comments. If you feel like sharing your wisdom, post a comment, but ultimately just have a think about it, mull on it, ready for the next vlog episode. So what is mental health? How do we define it? The simplest way to formulate it is that it's our psychological and emotional condition in regards our own subjective well-being. Subjective in the sense that some people might have millions of dollars or pounds and be in a massive mansion with a fleet of cars and be stressed out and depressed, and someone else might be in a shack or a shanty town not knowing where their next meal's going to come from and be happy. So it's very subjective. Ultimately, only we can decide how our own well-being is. Our own state of mental health is ultimately our own. It's up to us. No one can tell us about your own mental health issue or your own state of mental health. So our own subjective state of mental health will affect how we think and how we feel, and it will also be a determiner in how we act, how we can handle stress, and also how we relate to others in the world around us. Mental health is just as important at any stage of our life, from childhood and adolescence through to young adult and then adulthood. It's important in every stage of our development, and one of the most important things that I want to get across with these vlogs is that unless you're 5 and you're sitting next to your mum or dad watching this, if you're an adult, you've got the capacity to take back control and to increase your subjective mental health and well-being. And so what constitutes and makes up an individual's mental health and subjective well-being? Well, there's the biological aspects, our genes and brain chemistry. They have a part to play. Then we have our life experiences such as trauma or abuse. They have a very big part to play. And then there's our family history of mental health issues in our family. That can play a role. And I hope to cover all of these things in the upcoming vlog episodes. And if there's one particularly interesting to you, post a comment or let me know, and I'll fast track it to one of the coming episodes, because I've got a sort of a plan. Like I said, my thoughts are slowly formulating, and I've got a sort of a plan. But if there's several of you that want me to talk about a particular aspect, then of course I can do that very soon for you. How can we increase our awareness of our own mental health and our own subjective well-being? Well, like I said earlier, the best way that I believe is through mindfulness and increasing self-awareness, because Socrates would say, know thyself, and how important it is. All of the Neoplatonic philosophers and all religions and philosophy, I suppose, that was their ultimate aim, to know their self. And by knowing ourselves better, then we can understand ourselves better, in the sense that if we know that certain things can get us down or wear us out, we can find a way to remedy that at the end of the day, whether it's meditation or whatever it is to make us feel better after a stressful day. We can become aware of this. And with awareness, I feel, comes power to take control. If we're not aware of something, how can we expect to gain control over it? So my main angle, if you like, my main narrative with all these vlogs is that mindfulness can help with our mental health. And so let me show you quickly my route into mental health, if you like, and I'll just take you downstairs quickly to show you a couple of my bookshelves. Come on. So here's George Gurdjieff. All of these books are either by George Gurdjieff or about him. So you've got books up here on his teaching and his philosophy, and then there's many books, biographical accounts of his life, of others. And I've read pretty much all of these ones, and that was my entry into philosophy, psychology and mental health. And from there, these are my books on hypnosis and hypnotherapeutic techniques, and on the mind and general psychology, the psychology of consciousness, evolution of consciousness, the several other books on psychology and mental health. And here's my Buddhism shelf. And the Buddha's goal and aim was to remove suffering. And what is bad mental health if it's not suffering? So they were the books, men and ideas that got me interested in my own mental health and obviously just the world around me. There is a great importance in making time for our mental health, and if you haven't got the means and the time to take a retreat like Priya has, then there's many other things that you can do. I'd say the first one would be to get a mindfulness or meditation app. Try and bring some meditation or mindfulness practices into your life. Another one would be, it's a bit of a cliche, but self-help books. They're really helpful. That's how I started in that self-help genre, and it really helped me, and it helped catapult me onto different books and more in-depth books. And so I can't understate the value of self-help books. There's so many. Where do you start? One will find you if you look, I'm sure. And the last thing that I'd recommend as well is to be active. In today's world, we live quite a sedentary life, especially if you work in an office. You're sitting at your computer all day, and then you come home, and it's likely that you might sit in front of the television all evening. And so if you don't get the heart rate up, if you don't stay active, then this can have a detrimental effect to our mental health as well. A lot of people now, I've heard a lot of psychologists and people talking about if they feel a bit down, they'll just get up and go for a run, and after the run, although it was hard to get started initially, they'll feel a lot better. And even working out or go for a swim or whatever you think about when I say exercise and raising that heart rate, go and do that, and that can really help. And last but not least, if none of those things appeal to you, if you're not interested in meditation or self-help books or getting your heart rate up, just do something that makes you happy. You must have something that you enjoy doing and that makes you happy. So do that. Aristotle said that the main issue with Homo sapiens, with humans, is that they're no good at being happy. He would say that the essence of a human life is to be a happy and fulfilled individual. And I think it's society, and there's a number of factors that I'm not going to get into in these vlog series that have caused us to feel the way that we do in this modern day and age, and maybe that's for another series later on. But ultimately, do what makes you happy. That's simple, isn't it? Do something that makes you happy. Just go and do it. So thanks for watching. I hope this helped you a little bit and makes you interested to see what's coming up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and you want some more vlogs of this nature, and hopefully give you a better understanding of mental health and even a way or a path to develop and increase your subjective well-being. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.